All right. A while ago, I shared an episode called Limerence and True Love. I think it's like way back there. Like I feel like there's an 8 in the number, so maybe it's like episode 18. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's the one where I'm at Chris's house. I'm at the dining room table. I just remember that's the only porch talk I've done that was not right here on this porch. And in it, I talk about the difference between limerence, which is typically what happens when we become infatuated with a person. When we first meet or first get together, and it's this like all-consuming, very intense passion that often burns out and either goes away completely and you separate, or you stay together and you experience true love. True love is like a deeper than the surface and the passion. It outlives everything. It's the real thing. I mean, limerence is real too, and it feels really nice when it's happening. Just be like excited and, you know, all that. Anyway, so when you make it past the limerence, maybe a challenge or 2 or 75 or seemingly one every fucking day, you might get to the point where you fall in love again. It's not that you fell out of love, but you get to like rediscover the same thing again about the same person. And if you stay together long enough, you just get to keep doing it over and over and over again. Certainly followed by periods of disconnection and frustration and whatever, challenge, growth, transition. So we get to fall in love with each other for different reasons with the same person. I remember, I find it's easier for me to sometimes to talk about like past things rather than just talking about Chris. I mean, like that's what I'm talking about, but let's go back to Ian. So Ian was my first husband, the father of my children, and I was in love with him, and then like fell in love with him a different way when we got married, and then in another way when we had kids, and like I got to see him as a father. It's really cool. I dig it. Long-term shit, I dig it. I dig it a lot. Anyway, and we can fall in love with or rediscover our love or passion for not only just people or like partners. It could be your friends, your family members, your dog. I get to fall in love with this fucking dog. This one who's very sleepy because we had a sleepover last night and then he went to daycare all day today. So his nose is all smushed. Oh. Are you fucking talking about me on that thing again, Mom? I don't think he swears. Maybe he does. I don't know. He speaks Spanish, so it's hard to tell because I don't. Get to fall in love with this dog over and over again. I get to fall in love with CrossFit, with yoga, with guys. Running? I wouldn't go so far as to say I love running, but I'm like digging it right now. It hurts a bit, but I'm getting better because I'm doing it constantly. I've run over 100 miles this month already, and it's the 21st. That is a lot for me. I don't run that much, typically. Anyway, we get to fall in love with music. What about, like, this is applicable to most people, except for those very seldom weird fucking people who are like, oh, I'm not really into music. What do you mean? Like, nothing gets you going? No music at all? And I go through phases where, especially if I'm like very depressed, I don't want to hear music, because a lot of times if it's like sad or angry, then it just exacerbates how I'm feeling. And if it's not that, then it just feels like, well, fuck you, you're all happy and in love over here singing about shit like a bird out in the spring, and I'm in here all dark and miserable. I don't want to hear it. So that's when I'll go more towards podcasts or audiobooks. And another time I don't like to listen to music is when I'm running, because it fucks me up. Like the different music I can tune out easier than a podcast or a book that I'm interested in. So right now I'm listening to Obama's A Promised Land. It is a very long book. It's 29 hours. I don't know, most of the other books I've had or have are like between, I don't know, 10 and 16, 17. And he reads it. I just love listening to his voice and listening to the way that he delivers what he wrote. Anyway, music. Okay, go back. Music. You know, say, for example, for me, the song Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World, okay, like that band means nothing to me. It wasn't like a pivotal thing in my youth, the way 9 Inch Nails was, or the Beatles, or like Marilyn Manson goes with the 9 Inch Nails, but like 9 Inch Nails, he's my dude, Trent Reznor. And then a little bit later, Linkin Park. I was like obsessed with Linkin Park. I was in the fan club. It was like my name at linkinpark.com. That was my email. And so, you know, like you listen to something and you obsess over it, listen, and then it like fades out. And then you hear it and you're like, oh my God, I love this song! Like you get to rediscover your love of something, and maybe you hear it in a different way. You see them live, and then it reignites. You like got to see another facet of the band or the performer, and you fall in love with it for an additional reason. It was like that when so I took the kids to see their first concert. It was 2016, so, right? Is that right? No. January 17. That means Olivia was 8 and Charlotte was 6. They had noise, you know, like protective earwear. I took them to see 21 Pilots at the Times Union Center. It's a stupid name. I liked it when it was the Knickerbocker Arena because it was like distinct. Now it's like, where's the Times Union Center? I mean, I guess it's relevant to this area, but before that it was the Pepsi Center. That could be fucking anywhere. Like, oh, are you going to the TD Garden? That's in Boston, I think. I don't like it. I get the sponsorship, but good Lord. We're gonna start, you know what? What if we just start letting companies sponsor our street names? So instead of like, I live on Central Parkway, what if I live on like Hines Drive? Yo, that's a good idea. Whoever sells sponsorship commercially things, the city could make some money from it. Yo, City of Schenectady has astronomically high taxes because we're paying down debt. The schools are, I don't know, and I don't want to offend anybody who has kids who go to the Schenectady School District or anybody who may teach there, but it is a city school. Like they didn't go to school at all last year. They had to do all online learning because they couldn't afford to have, I don't know. Given the choice, you don't send your kids to Schenectady, I don't think. My kids go to Niskayuna, where they just get Chromebooks handed to them. Yeah. They are at a privileged school, and I'm good with it. That's why I live here. But anyway, we could pay down our debt if you get companies to buy the names of our streets. Get the sponsorship, use that money, pay down the debt, the taxes will go down. So then when all the housing prices go down and the interest rates go up, and then once things start to level out, then maybe we can improve this area. Why the fuck not? I mean, unless there's like some historical reason for the name. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And who doesn't have a Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard? It's every city I've ever been to. So like maybe keep those, or if something is relevant to the area, like, I don't know, the founder of Schenectady, like GE Boulevard. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Erie Boulevard. The Erie Canal is right there. Maybe keep that. That's a historical thing. Central Parkway kind of makes sense because you can use it to get to Central Park, but you could also take Wright and Duck Pond and like all these other ones. I don't know. This is not at all what I thought I was going to talk about, but that's the beauty of this is I start with one thing and then, oh, here, I solved the tax crisis in Schenectady. I should be in fucking politics. Listening to Obama's book, you know, I'm just going to solve all the problems now. It makes me feel very confident. Not confident, but like, not confident about myself, but it makes me have confidence in people of power who are good. Like for the greater good, not their own interest. Though when we do good things for others, we certainly always have our own interest in mind because it feels good to do good for others. Like we're living up to our purpose or expectation or, yeah. So nothing is selfless, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying this book. And I liked him before, and I get to re-like him again because now I'm listening to the book. Same thing as like, I don't know, Travis Barker. I fucking love Travis Barker. I read his book, helped me get off meds. I'm on them now, but they're different. I'm good with it. I'm good with taking the medication. It's been like 2 months. We upped it now to I get to take a whole pill. Cause like I could see that I was having less panicked and obsessive thoughts, but they like definitely were not gone away. And I don't expect that they will ever go away. It's you know, it's what we're dealing with here. But anyway, feeling better. And then is that why things are going better? Maybe. Anyway, Travis Barker. And now like he's all over the Instagrams because him and Kourtney Kardashian just got engaged. Good for them. I don't want people gotta hate on anybody. What the fuck do you care? However long they've been together or whoever is doing what. What the fuck do you care? If someone's doing something that makes them happy that's not harming anyone else, what do you care? I don't know, I'm just rambling. I think I'm done. It's good.